So it's official. Anthony Joshua will get his rematch against Andy Ruiz. It's not going to be in the UK. So it's not going to be in Cardiff or the Principality Stadium. It's not going to be in MSG again. It's not going to be in Mexico. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia on December the 7th. Mark the date. December 7th. We get the rematch. We get Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz in Saudi Arabia. Now, I really wasn't expecting this. But it might be okay. It's on neutral ground. That's my way of looking at this. It's on neutral ground. So Andy Ruiz is kind of worried about, will there be any issues, going over to the UK, saying he's not going to the UK. He got his wish. He's not going to the UK. He's going to Saudi Arabia instead. Okay, now, I don't necessarily know how I feel about this. Obviously, the rematch, I'm happy with the rematch. And I do think it not being in the UK will mean we'll probably see a more intriguing fight, because I'm going to just get this out of there right now, okay? I'm going to be picking Anthony Joshua to win this rematch, right? Not because I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua, not because I want him to win, but I just think he will make the improvements. But the reason I say I think this rematch will be more intriguing now that it's not on neutral grounds is because I think Anthony Joshua is going to box a very cagey fight. He's going to be very cautious, very defensive, and I think in the UK, he'd be let away with it. But in Saudi Arabia, he might not. Now, the Saudis are not exactly the most outgoing fans. You don't see much of an atmosphere at these events, so maybe they won't do anything. Maybe we'll see a boo or two. Maybe they want to be impressed. I don't know. But the fact that this fight's being in Saudi Arabia leads me to believe that both guys are going to make an absolute shit ton of money. I mean, I've seen purses as high as 70 million get mentioned. Seriously. These Saudis must have paid through the goddamn teeth to get this fight here. Will Anthony Joshua's fans go to Saudi Arabia? Because Saudi Arabia is a Muslim country, as far as I know. They don't practice Sharia law, but they sure as hell, come close to it. No country practices Sharia law. But I'm pretty sure there's no alcohol allowed in Saudi Arabia. Because if you look at places like Bahrain, whenever F1 or something goes there, they're on the podium, they're not having champagne, they're having sparkling water. So Anthony Joshua fans and Andy Ruiz fans, would they be going there, to Saudi Arabia, no alcohol, very strict about behaviour, which does, both sets of fans, you never know what behaviour could happen. So it'd be interesting. I do think the atmosphere won't be the same, even as it would be in MSG, because I think in Saudi Arabia you don't see a great atmosphere in these events. But yeah, this surprised me. I would not be surprised if we see Amir Khan on this undercard, because the money they're throwing around leads me to believe that we might see some mismatches on this card, but we could see some big names, because I'd imagine that there is an absolute hell of a lot of money for both these guys. And I'd say Andy Ruiz, when he found out this was in Saudi Arabia and they told him what he'd be likely to get, I'd say he jumped at the chance to fight in Saudi Arabia. I'd say he was like, fuck it, I made loads of money the first time round, I'm going to make triple that. I'd assume that's what it was like. Because, again, I really am surprised about this, but I kind of want to see this fight. And as I said, I'll be picking Anthony Joshua to win. But if Anthony Joshua loses, it's a long way back. It's a very long way back. Let me know what you think down below. Thoughts on this being in Saudi Arabia? Are you surprised? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? Do you think it should be in the UK? Do you think it should be in America? Let me know. Leave it all down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Nice and short here. If you did, please like it. Subscribe if you're new. And as always,